to RT Investigates, and Garda Síochána said the policing operation undertaken in Coolock was centred on a graduated approach and a strong tradition of policing by consent. It said over 200 members were deployed during the operation, and a full investigation is underway, with 34 arrests having been made to date. It added 3 Gardaí were injured on the day.
The guards weren't ready for what happened afterwards. In terms of protecting life and property and restoring order, you couldn't say, based on what we're watching, that was effective in a timely fashion. That's what the emergency response is about. That's why people dial 999.
Why has the Commissioner got serious questions to answer? Well, it's pretty simple, really. The Coolock violence, which happened on the 15th of July, was totally predictable. The Coolock dynamic had started way back at the start of the year. It was clear that the people involved in it, and indeed is exemplified in the primetime programme, were vicious, many of them. The language used, the whole approach was so absolutely horrible, and it showed a distinct movement towards a fascist ideology. Of course there are serious concerns about the effect of migration on the country, on the services, and what can be done, but that has to happen within a rule of law context. And of course not all of that is down to the guards. But why were the frontline Gardaí left defenceless for many hours in Coolock on that day, on the 15th of July? Why was the public order unit withdrawn? Why did it take so long for them, hours in actual fact, for them to be redeployed? Did he in actual fact have an operational plan based on the information that he had available to him from other protest sites? And what contingencies had he planned for? Was it not absolutely abundantly clear that when the obstruction that had been constructed at the site was removed, that there would be a reaction from the people who put it there in the first place? How could that not be anticipated? In short, he should have learned from the previous disorders, and they happened on his watch. That is why Mr. Harris has serious questions to answer. Paul Collins, the developer of the Coolock site, made a number of remarks on the programme and subsequently, and he says, I don't understand in the sense of, the hands-on, the hands-off approach. I don't understand, is there a law or is there not? Paul Collins raises a very good point. The idea that the Garda response was guided by a graduated response profile did not apply in what happened on the 15th of July, because it was clear that from the very start that problem had been building since the early part of the year. A graduated response from a policing perspective is a legitimate tactic when something happens where there is no previous history of violence or intimidation. That was not the case in Coolock. On a matter raised today, Friday, there is of course a legitimate obligation to supply video footage to Gardaí from those who hold it. But it is not, I repeat, an excuse for poor decision making.